I'm Frank the Film Guy. And today we're talking about the film 28 Years Later. I know you're probably asking yourself, why didn't you come out with this review when this film was first released? And that's because I'm a broke fucking bastard who had to wait for it to drop on Netflix. Now, go grab yourself some popcorn because this review is going to be tasty. Cue the intro.
Frank, the film guy.
So, in case you're not familiar with the film, 28 Years Later is a sequel to both 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later. Now, do you need to watch those films in order to understand what's going on in 28 Years Later?
No, not really.
Both 28 Days Later and 28 Years Later were directed by Danny Boyle, who happened to direct one of my favorite films, Trainspotting. For 28 Years Later, Danny Boyle teamed up with Alex Garland. Yep, that guy who wrote and directed Ex Machina and Civil War. Garland penned the film's script, and might I say, he did a pretty kick-ass job. I have to admit, I'm not the biggest fan of zombie films, except for one. Never found them that scary. But this film... Holy fucking fuck! But it's not just scary. Oh no. This film has soul. Just when you're done pissing yourself, you're grabbing a box of tissues to wipe the tears from your eyes. The film centers around a kid named Spike. Wrong Spike. There we go. Spike lives with his parents on an island called Holy Island, which is actually a real island that is part of the ceremonial county of Northumberland, which is part of England. Spike's mom, played by Jodie Comer, is bedridden when the film starts and has these strange spells. We don't find out what's wrong with her until later in the film. Spike's dad, played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, is this badass warrior dude who is teaching his son the ropes of manhood and survival in the infested world they live in. In order for Spike to acquire real-life skills, his dad feels it's best they journey across the causeway to where the infected live, the mainland. Of course, it wouldn't be much of a story if there weren't those on Holy Island who oppose their journey. Jenny, who's kind of the head of Holy Island, tells Spike and his dad that Spike is too young to be going to the mainland. She also tells them that if they don't return, no one will go looking for him. Despite the warnings, Spike and his dad convince Jenny to let them go. And it's not just Jenny they have to convince, but also Spike's mom, who has deep concerns about Spike's safety and thinks the dad is being completely irresponsible in taking him there. She even goes on to call Spike's dad a baby killer.
Say what?
Instead of telling her that they're going to the mainland, Spike lies and tells his mom he is going to school. Does she believe him? Well, obviously. Otherwise, the film would just be, I don't know, boring. Once they arrive at the mainland, Spike and his dad have one thing to achieve, and that's seeing that Spike gets his first kill of an infected. I'm not going to say if he gets the kill or not, but I will say that it's during this part of the film that we learn there are the slow and fat infected types, the skinny and fast infected, and then there are the giant steroid ones.
He's a big boy. He's the biggest boy.
If I'm missing any infected types, which I probably am, please feel free to drop a comment below. Spike and his dad come face to face with one of these alpha/steroid infected types in an intense chase scene that has them running across the causeway for Holy Island. They come so close to becoming supper for the alpha, but are luckily saved at the last second by Jenny and the rest of the gang patrolling Holy Island's gate. After celebrating with his dad at Holy Island's pub, Spike returns home where he's greeted by their neighbor, Sam. Sam had been looking after Spike's ill mom while they were on the mainland. He starts talking to Spike about his visit there and what he saw. Spike tells him that one of the things he saw was a big fire. Spike learns from Sam that the fire he speaks of was made by the eccentric Dr. Kelson, who's played by Ralph Fiennes. Knowing now there's a doctor on the mainland and where exactly he lives, Spike is determined to get his mom a visit with him and hopes he can get her better. Spike's dad thinks his plan is an awful idea and that Dr. Kelson is nothing but a deranged lunatic. Hearing this from his dad makes Spike frustrated, and the two end up getting into an altercation.
Damn!
Spike then wants nothing to do with his dad and decides to take his mom to the mainland without him. Does Spike get his mom to Dr. Kelson? Do things end on a happy note for Spike and his family?
I'll never tell.
Is 28 Years Later a film I think you should see?
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.
Does it have any flaws? Of course. Every film does. I'd say the flaw or weak point of this film was its ending. It felt like it was kind of thrown together at the last minute. I'll probably get some hate in the comments for saying that, but how did you feel about the ending? How did you feel about 28 years later as a whole? Would you add it to your Halloween watch list for this year? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, this is Frank the Film Guy saying thanks for watching, and please do like and subscribe.